Here at a local creek today for anybody watching the replay. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do the typical Tuesday night flathead fishing live with any fin as possible. They had something come up and they're not able to do it, so I'm filling in. We are going to do a midday live because it's supposed to rain in my area later, and we're going to see what we can catch here at the creek. I got some light tackle rods here behind the camera, and yeah, this is walking distance from my house. I know this creek really well, and we should be able to catch some cool fish. Let's get it set up in an appropriate location. About right there. Stuart is first, he says. That's not surprising. He knew I was going live. So, first thing we're gonna do, just because Stuart's in here, maybe we can catch one on the fly. Just for him. I brought the fly rod. I forgot my fly box, so I have the fly that's tied on, and that's about it. Oh, here comes some. There you go. Boom. First fish of the live stream. Got a bluegill on the fly. Little dry fly action. There he is. First fish of the live stream. Back he goes. Ooh. We're missing a couple. Fly fishing, that's right, Stuart. We got two people in here. One of them's obviously Stuart. I don't know who else is in here. We have a couple fish nipping at it. I'm gonna chuck a little gulp maggot in there on the spinning rod just to mess around with that for a little while. Test the waters, see what's actually going on here. Now we got 6 people in here. Sweet. I'm rigging up behind the camera. Alright, let's grab ourselves a little gulp maggot. Nightman04 says, hi, how you doing? I'm not sure I've ever seen you in one of my chats before. Thanks for stopping in. Just doing a little creek fishing. Catching tiny things. I do have my fairly new medium light setup. So that's a little bit heavier. This is an ultra light. So this is, for those of you who aren't familiar, goes ultra light, light, medium, so on and so forth. So this is 2 steps bigger than this one is. I brought this out for suckers and bullhead. I caught some bullheads on it yesterday, so we might be able to do some of that with this rod. But for now, we got to catch some bait if we're going to do some bullhead fishing. So let's see if we can get a little guy to use his bait. Missed him, had one. Let's see what people are saying. Sad Boy is using the, what is it, the Gen Alpha slang in chat. I'm okay with it as long as it doesn't get too crazy. Ellie Prio says it's so beautiful. Yeah, it's a nice little creek. It's a little bit hot and muggy out today, but it's a pretty nice day. You got your rod, you got your fly. All the fish are gonna cry. Maybe. We'll see. There you go. There's another one. So I really want to use just the super small guys for bait. When you cast, hold the bottom and flick it out to your left. Yeah, that's how it works. So this guy, although he's a pretty small bluegill, I'm not going to use him for bait. I'm going to try and catch a smaller one to use as bait. What state am I in? I'm in Pennsylvania. There you go. That guy is good bait size. What's the biggest fish you've ever caught? Well, if you take a quick look at my community page, it's probably only a couple community posts ago. I was recently in Ocean City, Maryland, and I'll have what I call multi-species madness. It's a series I do where I go to a place and see how many species I can catch and kind of document it for you guys. So that video will be out soon. Maybe not soon, probably next time. This time next year it'll be out, but I was just in Ocean City, Maryland, and I caught I believe it's called a bullnose eagle ray. That's right, I had to think about it for a second. And he was around 100 pounds. From his wing to his wing, he was about 50 inches wide. So that's the biggest fish I've ever caught. Just broken, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, something like that. Wednesday 2 weeks ago I broke it. So how's the weather in Pennsylvania? It's a little bit hot and muggy today. It's probably high 80s, low 90s right now. So yeah, Stuart generally knows where I live. I'm not sure I want to announce exactly where I live, but Stuart can probably find what the exact weather is here. Mr. Time, where is that? We are in Pennsylvania, southeastern part of Pennsylvania. Billy Bob says, nice shirt. Thank you. My dad makes them. Super cool shirt. The Puppeteer says hello. We're going to keep this guy for bullhead bait. Essentially, I'm not going to do it on camera because YouTube's not a huge fan of it, but I'm going to chop him up into little pieces and chuck them out on that rod for bullheads, which are a type of little catfish. They're about yay big. All right. You think you're going there next week on vacation? That is awesome. Yeah, it's a fun place to fish. I have 2 years worth of multi-species madness out on my channel if you want to get some fishing info, and then the one I just filmed will probably be coming out early spring next year. I wait a little bit and use them to kind of ramp up the summer fishing, my multi-species madness that I film in the summer, that is. So this one won't be out for a while, but typically catch some kingfish, spot, croaker. You can catch some fun rays, speckled trout, weak fish. There's a whole bunch of fun stuff to catch down there. It's a good time. Dispatch him first, Billy Bob Boy says. I did indeed dispatch him. I did the old chuck him against the tree trick. Although, for a lot of you who may not be familiar, that is kind of a trick that you do to kind of make sure it doesn't really hurt them. Because kind of think about it this way. Would you rather be suffocated to death, or would you rather have a brunt impact and it be over? If I'm going to use them as bait, we want to make sure it's dispatched and doesn't hurt the fish beforehand, you know? So I do have a chunk of that bluegill on this rod, and I'm going to chuck it out there and wait and see if a bullhead will pick it up. Sad Boy says, I've never went ocean fishing or saltwater fishing. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a really interesting experience. Being in Pennsylvania, it's definitely something I look forward to because I don't get to do it all the time. And it's really interesting because you really never know what's going to be there. I had no intention of catching that bullnose eagle ray, and it ended up happening. Really big fish, and was kind of a surprise to me. Stuart said, least you can catch fish unlike my co-host at the moment. Stuart is on a live with Terry B. Ellie is in Kansas. Cast it in. I will do that. Old touchdown spike trick's my favorite. Yep, that's a good one. Cast it in. I don't have all day. I'll get to it. There you go. I'll cast it for you. We'll toss it. I'm going to toss it over here. Alrighty, so I have it casted in over there off camera. If I think I have a bite, I will go over there and show it to you guys. You still going to fish on my panel. When I'm done, if I have enough battery life, I will pop up on there and see if I can bring some of my viewers from over here into Stuart's Fishing Live. Missed him. There you go. So this is a different type of sunfish. This is a green sunfish. The ones we've caught earlier in this live are bluegill. Fishing is fun, I agree. So this is a green sunfish. You can tell they have slightly bigger mouths. Their mouths are pretty wide, as you can see. They've got like this bluish color on the face. There you go. And they're green. They got a little bit of orange on their fins, as you can see. That is a green sunfish. Gonna toss him back. Bass don't get too big up there, like 4 or 5 pound is big, right? Yeah, my personal best, and I'm not a bass fisherman. I fish for really anything. That's kind of my whole shtick. I love catching new species and just kind of getting variety into my fishing. But my personal best bass is 4 pounds, 15 ounces. And that's pretty comparable with most people who fish up here. The puppeteer, what in the world are you doing, man? Don't get too crazy with these emojis. We might have to have Stuart give you a timeout if we do it again. All right. Hey, Stuart, can you do me a favor? Or I'm not sure if I can do it. There you go. Puppeteer has been timed out for 1 minute. I can do it. Interesting. Are you catching the sunfish with live bait or artificial? I'm currently using gulp maggots, which are fake maggots. So. All right. So, I just talked about it in chat. We've caught 2 types of sunfish. This is one of them. Do we think this is a green sunfish or bluegill? I'll let you get a good look at it and then I'll toss it back. What does chat think? I'll tell you what the right answer is here in a minute. I'll come back and see if chat has an opinion on what type of fish that is. Green Sunfish Sports Central said that is correct. Gulp is extremely cost efficient. That's a green sunfish, yep. The fish you caught, was it tiny? Yeah, it definitely was tiny. That's the title of this live. I'm not sure if you can see it in this feed, but the title of this live is Light Tackle Creek Fishing. I've got 2-pound line and this little dainty little setup here. We're just going for small stuff, just having some fun. If you guys are enjoying the live so far, I'd appreciate a like. If you're not enjoying the live, let me know why. Let me know what I could do different. Oh, that's a good one. Good size. There you go. All right, so this one's hooked pretty deep. I got to get my forceps, get them undone. There you go. This is another bluegill. These guys are harder to hold because you can't hold them by the mouth. Another bluegill. There's a gigantic white sucker sitting in the shallows over there. We might see if I can catch that on live. That'd be a fun catch. Might take some time to get it to bite, but that'd be a cool one. Sports Central, what age did you start fishing? So I started fishing, I guess it was probably when I was 12, I suppose. Yeah, probably when I was 12. I'm currently 17. I turn 18 in April, so. Do you catch and cook? I do. I have plenty of catch and cook stuff on my channel. It's kind of, I don't typically do like catch and cooks as a specific video. I have a whole trout catch and cook video. I just did a crab cake catch and cook video. That's my most recent video put out on my channel, but a lot of times it's like mixed in with other videos. I'll go to Ocean City for a week and I'll cook up some kingfish while I'm there, but it's not the main focus of the video. But yeah, I do it. I'm not sure how I'm saying that. It is something that I do, just not all the time. It's kind of here and there. I am going to check on this bullhead rod, so I'll bring you guys over here. See, right there. There you go. There he is. Bullhead on, baby. We got one. It worked already. Look at that. There you go. That is a bullhead. Little tiny type of catfish. There you go. Awesome. That is a yellow bullhead. So how you know it's a yellow bullhead is they have these barbels, not the ones on the side, not their whiskers, but on the underside, these barbels here. If they are white, then it's a yellow bullhead. If they're like blackish, then they're probably a black bullhead. And then there's other types of bullheads like brown, but like, whoa, they have spines, so I don't want to get jabbed. That hurt really bad. They have poison in their spines. It's like not harmful poison, but it'll make you sting real bad, kind of like a bee sting. Give me a second to re-grab him here. Oh, brown bullheads look completely different, but if they look like this and have white barbels, then it's going to be a yellow bullhead. I'm going to get him unhooked off camera here, and I'll come back. I know I have some questions in chat. He did swallow it a little bit, but I should be able to get it out. Give me a sec. All right, there you go. There he is, little yellow bullhead. Look at that little face. Gonna toss him back. All right, let's get back over here. I have some rods to re-rig. I got that hook out, but I had to cut it and then pull it out in the opposite direction. So I have to re-rig both of my rods here in a second. Are you still in school, or is this your job? I am still in school. It would be really cool if it's my job. It is not. I am going into my senior year of high school, and then I'm planning on going to college to become a mechanical engineer. So I still got a couple more years of school, probably 4.5 more years of school, and then I can call it quits. I hope he didn't swallow it. You said, yeah, he did, but I was able to get it out. Do you like fishing? I do. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't. This is my own free will. I'm out here having fun. So I'm gonna re-rig. I'm gonna tilt the camera down a little bit so you guys know I'm actually still here on camera. We got this one to redo. All right. This one we're just using a little weightless hook with some gulp maggots, so this one should be easy. Are you up north? I am up north generally. I'm in Pennsylvania, the southeastern part of Pennsylvania. So I guess I'm not south, but I'm not like super far north. All right, so we're done retying that one. And then this one, I think to avoid, if possible, to avoid hooking bullheads deep, I think I'm going to chuck on a circle hook on this one. For those of you who are unfamiliar, circle hooks, they work a little bit different. You don't set the hook, you kind of just pull up on them, reel into them, and because of the way they're designed, as they're kind of coming out of the fish's mouth, they turn and hook the fish that way. So they do a pretty good job of making sure you don't hook fish deep, like down in their throat. They usually get them on the mouth. Am I fishing? I am indeed fishing. I'm getting rigged up. I caught a couple fish. We caught 3 species, 3 different types of fish. We caught a yellow bullhead, a couple green sunfish, and a couple bluegill. And we're getting rigged up to toss some more stuff back out there. All right. So I do have some small circle hooks. We'll go with this one. Typically, circle hooks are bigger. Most of the ones you find are bigger, but I do have a couple quite small circle hooks, which should be good for bullhead. So you're gonna make some money with engineering. Yeah, I've been really blessed. My dad's a mechanical engineer, and I really love the type of stuff he does. And my family's been really blessed monetarily. Both my mom and my dad make a good amount of money, and I thank God every day that we're able to be in that scenario. So I've never caught a bullhead, but I do fish. Awesome. How's the fishing over there? I'm in Florida. I mean, it's kind of up and down, like every place. I know Florida fishing's usually pretty good, but it does get hot enough to sometimes you may not even want to go out fishing. It's generally pretty good. I make it work every time of year. I fished on December 31st last year, and I fished on January 1st this year, and I keep track of it. I don't know how many days I'm up to, but I'm probably up to 50 days of fishing this year so far, and I've only come away without a fish one day this year, which is, I think, through halfway through the year, is the best I've done in a year ever. Usually I end up having 4 or 5 days in the year where I go out and don't catch anything, but I'm only up to one, and we're more than halfway through the year, so that's pretty good. Getting this re-rigged here. And then I'm going to put a split shot on above this hook just to get it to sink down and stay in place. And then we're going to chuck another piece of this bluegill on there. Am I using a spinning reel? I have this little 2-weight fly rod with me just for some extra fun, but the 2 rods that you've probably seen so far, because I knew you weren't in here right away. The first fish I caught was on the fly, but since then I've been using just my spinning reels. So hopefully that answers your question. I'll talk about my gear here in a second if you would like. I'm going to toss this right back out in the same area where we just caught that bullhead, see if we can get another. Alright, I'm going to chuck this right back out in there. Give me a second. All right, let's answer some of these questions here for a minute. All right, let's go back up. Where do you fish? I fish literally everywhere. My name is Mission Discover on YouTube, and there's a reason for that. I love outdoors generally. Fishing is a really big part of what I do on the channel, and I just like to kind of figure stuff out. I'm very curious. I like to try for different species, see what everything has to offer. I try and catch everything I can. I have 105 species on my list right now, 105 different types of fish I've caught. I like trying with different types of gear. I use casting rods, spinning rods, fly rods, tenkara rods, all that sort of stuff. And I fish, because of the fact that I do all that, I fish literally everywhere. So, can you guys do ice fishing, or is it not cold enough? So, it depends on the year. Last year we had one safe day of ice and I missed it. I'm probably, now that I can drive and I have a vehicle, I have my grandpa's old truck. He has Parkinson's and he can't drive it anymore. So they gave me his truck and I drive that around now. So since I have a vehicle at my own disposal, I'm probably just gonna drive north this winter one day. Like if it gets cold enough and I'm like, okay, I know there's ice somewhere up north, I'll probably drive an hour or so north until I can find safe ice and then go ice fishing. It's definitely gonna happen this year, I promise. Awesome. All right, see if we can catch some more fish. We gotta get a bait on and not tangle my 2 rods together. There you go. So this is the stuff I'm using. This is called Berkeley Gulp maggots. Obviously I've had this jar for a while. You can see it's taken some wear and tear, but they look like this. Boom. They're like little nuggets of smelly fish stuff, and I put them on there and they work. You guys will have to let me know what you think, but if I put the camera over here, like so, you guys should kind of be able to see all the way down to where the bullhead rod is, so I won't have to readjust if I run down there, which would be kind of nice. Am I tangled on something? Oh yeah. There you go. Alright, I wasn't able to cast for a second. I'm not sure why that was. There you go. That's better. All right, let's see what chat's doing for a second. What is my PB? PB for what species or all time, are you asking? You gotta give me some clarification and then I'd be happy to answer. Oh, there's a couple nice sunfish over here. PB catfish. So my PB flathead catfish is 29.25 pounds. I caught that back in 2020. I caught a 20.5 pounder last year, so I got close last year, but 29 is my personal best flathead. My personal best channel is 12.5 pounds. The flathead was 39 inches long and the channel was, I believe, 28, I think. Yeah, 28. So hopefully that helps. Ooh. I'm gonna go check on that bullhead rod. No bullhead, but look what we caught. Crawfish on the cut bait. See if we'll come off there. There you go. Alright. That could have been good bait, but I don't need it. I've got a whole piece of a bluegill still left. So, gonna do one of these maneuvers and chuck that back in there. Got a couple people still in here. Hunter says, wow, to my, I assume he's talking about my catfish catches. Oh. There you go. This is plant in the way and I keep catching myself on it. Scott is in from Hapless Hapless Anger. Yeah, no, Hapless Angler. How are you doing today? Tongue twister, yeah, indeed. On a lunch break. Well, thanks for stopping in on a lunch break. I appreciate it. All right. You know what we're gonna do just for the heck of it? We're gonna catch one on the fly. All right. Got a little 2-weight fly rod here. For those of you who aren't familiar, that's a pretty lightweight, super flexible little fly rod. Most of them are. You can ask Stuart in chat. He's a big fly fisherman. I'd say typical fly rods that you see are in the 5 to 6 weight range, something like that. This is definitely a little bit lighter one. But I got a little dry fly on there. We're gonna see what we can do. Nolan might come over to my stream when he is finished. That is true. After I'm kind of giving up here standing in the sun, I think I'm gonna try and make a move downstream and bring some of these viewers over to Stuart's live. There you go. Boom, got him. Uh-oh, we only have one person in here. What happened? We were rolling with like 10 for a while. Now we got one. It's the fly fishing. Nobody likes fly fishing. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up. There you go. See if I can hold him by the mouth. Bluegill. So, that's weird because Stuart says he's in here and so does Hunter. That's crazy. Alright, and it only said that there was one person. Maybe it's some sort of error. And Scott's still here. Yeah, we still have people here. It's telling me I've got one, so that's very strange. Huh. I think YouTube numbers are messed up. Possibly. It happens every once in a while where I'll look at like one of my videos that I just put up and it's like, oh, you have 5 likes on your video and you have 1 view. And I'm like, it's been up for 2 minutes. I have 5 likes and 1 view. How does that work? So, Stuart says he has 4 on his end. That would make more sense to me. So, yeah, it still says I have 1. Oh, now it says I have 2. Okay. I'll get in frame so you can see my... Well, there's a couple of them over there. I gotta watch my back cast because there's stuff in the way. Let's chuck it over there. Alright, here comes one. Come on, get it. Oh, I missed him. Had him. Oh, that was exactly what I didn't want to do. It got caught on a plant, and now I got a tangle. Plants are the bane of my existence while fly fishing. Maybe just bugging. Love the stream. Thank you very much, Hunter. I believe you are new to the channel. Tell me if I'm incorrect in saying that, but I believe you are new. So I definitely appreciate the support here, man. There you go. That was a good cast. What do we think? Should we go check out the bullhead rod again? Yes, I am in fact new from Hunter. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm gonna go check out the bullhead rod and see if we got another one. We might not. We might have another crawfish. We'll see. That was quite interesting. So I'm not sure how well I'm going to do at explaining this, but if you can see how there's trees, this tree specifically, that one, boom, that tree right there, it kind of makes, its roots kind of make like a cave where the creek comes up underneath of it. And I kind of casted my bait up underneath that tree. I came back and my bait was completely in a different area. It was way out further in the creek. I reeled up and my bait wasn't even there anymore. So something clearly had it. What it was, I'm not sure. All right, it says I have 4 people in here. Not sure how accurate that is. All right. Stuart's heading out. His phone is on the fritz. It's dying. So there you go. I'm not sure what percentage my phone's at. 43%. I had it pretty low, and it's on the it's hooked up to my charger currently. So awesome. All right, sweet. Just looking around, I have a text from someone. I'm not going to do this live for a super long time. I'm probably going to top it at about 2 hours-ish. So I will be able to text that in a minute. I know who it's from, and it should be something semi-important, but it's not an emergency, I don't think. So I think we'll be okay for another hour or so. What is my PB bass? 4 pounds, 15 ounces. Caught in 2021, I believe. I've gotten close a couple times. I got close, actually, believe it or not, on cut bait while fishing for catfish about, I don't know, a month ago. I caught one that was probably maybe 4 pounds, 12 ounces, something like that. I didn't weigh it, but I have a pretty good idea how big they are. He was close, but I don't think he was there. So, yeah, I've caught a couple big ones. But as I mentioned previously in this live, I just love to try stuff and do variety, so I don't put like a ton of effort into bass. I just do it occasionally, just when I'm feeling like it. I love just catching different species, trying different stuff, so I don't put a ton of effort into any one type of fish, which means that overall I'm probably not going to have anything like massively impressive in one area, but I have a lot of stuff that's pretty good. PBC bass is 2 pounds for Nolan. Stuart, so for anyone not familiar, Stuart's making a joke about sea bass, because people always ask him about sea bass, and he says they don't have them over there in Scotland. That's where he's from. But I have actually caught some black sea bass, but they've all been little. Maybe half a pound's probably my biggest black sea bass. My PB catfish is 15 pounds. What type of catfish is that, Hunter? 537. Hapless angler, I did it again. Says, see you, Stuart. I'll stop by and hit the like button. Gotta get back to work soon. Not a problem. Cool. I gotta get some more bullhead bait, so I might keep the next one we catch. There you go, perfect size too. Perfect size for bullhead bait. Look at that one. It was gray, so that's probably, it's more than likely a channel catfish. It could be a blue catfish. They're kind of bluish gray looking. Depends on where you are. What area do you live in? We can kind of eliminate blue catfish based upon what area you live in. If you live kind of, let's say you live in Pennsylvania, then it's probably not a blue catfish. Yeah, gray is probably channel cat. Stuart is on the right track there. Little tiny bluegill, that's going to be perfect bullhead bait. Going to do the old chuck him against the tree trick, get him out of his misery so I'm not suffocating him to death. Arkansas. I have no idea if blue catfish are in Arkansas. Stuart, he says he might pop out soon, but Stuart might be able to get some info on that. I kind of feel like they might be in Arkansas. It's still more than likely a channel catfish. They're way more prevalent than blue catfish. Alrighty, I think I'm going to change some tactics here in a minute. Yeah, young flatheads are still brown. I mean, for reference for anyone who cares enough, if you look at the thumbnail that's already out for my next live, which will be next Tuesday, so if you look at that thumbnail, I caught a little flathead, only about yay long, maybe 18 inches long, and it's still brown. So it's, if I was a betting man, I'd say it's probably a channel catfish. Mounted a black 11-pound catfish. Black. That's interesting. I'm not sure what that was. All right. I think I'm going to change up some tactics. I'm going to go check on the bullhead rod, and then we might put a little jig and plastic on the ultralight and see if we can catch a little bit nicer sunfish, some bigger guys. Just have a little bit different type of fun, you know? All right, I'm going to go check the bullhead rod. All right, I've solved the mystery. As I said, the last time I chucked out the cut bait, it was right underneath the tree and then went out into the creek. It was a crawfish. It was carrying it off to its den somewhere, but did the exact same thing. I'm going to toss it kind of out in front of us here for a minute, see if there's anything, or maybe right here, see if there's anything there. Bogley is in here. Awesome. That's a fairly typical face to see here in my chats. Saying hi to Stuart. I need some water. Give me a sec. It's important to stay hydrated. I brought 2 whole 24-ounce water bottles, and I'm only about 5 minutes from my house. So if I start feeling like I'm gonna like pass out or something, I'll just go home. All right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna switch the ultralight out to a jig in plastic. So give me a moment to do that. Tilt the camera down so y'all can see me. Alrighty, let's tilt it back up. Chicken livers is what I use for my PB catfish. That adds fuel to my fire of thinking it's a channel catfish. Blue catfish will eat that stuff, but that's prime channel catfish bait. So, chicken livers work best as well, yeah. Nolan will be joining my stream in just over an hour, so yeah, that makes sense. Definitely have to stay hydrated in this heat, I agree. So, now what I've got on is a jig in plastic, but more specifically, I have a 1/64 ounce jig, really tiny jig, made by Trout Magnet, and I have like a little insect larva imitation. This usually does pretty well in this creek. I caught anything from suckers to bullhead. I've caught bullhead on this, which is weird because catfish typically don't bite lures. Lots of types of sunfish, shiners, chubs. I've little tiny bass. I've pretty much caught everything that lives in this creek on this type of thing. So we'll see what we can get. It should produce a little bit larger size of sunfish than what we've been catching. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for. Turn it this way a little bit. There you go. And I'm caught in the plant. Come here. There you go. Caught in the plant again. So some of you may be wondering, wow, this guy is so bad at fishing, he keeps getting caught in the plants. This is what the edge of the creek looks like. So I'm not that terrible. You know, you doing well. Work has been crazy, but it is what it is. Cutting into my fishing time. Yeah, that's always disappointing. I worked a summer camp this summer. I was a camp counselor for a kids camp ages 5 to 12 this summer, and I only got to fish maybe twice a week as I was working there. But for the last 3 weeks of the summer, I'm good and clear. don't have anything to do from today through this week, the next week, and one more week. And then I got to go back to the torture that is school. It is what it is. Got one more year of high school, and then I get to go into college, which is a whole different vibe. So we'll see what happens. Very interesting. Can't see a ton of fish in this area, even though there were just a bunch of them. I'm not sure where they went. Hunter says I'm great at fishing. I appreciate it. You know, some days are better than others. Maybe this is one of my good days. I'm not sure. All right, I'm gonna kind of go down here a ways. And first things first, I'm gonna check on the bullhead rod, which is right here. And then I'm gonna fish here for a second. So let's get the camera straightened out for us. Kabang. There you go. Bullhead rod. It's time to check that. Oh, I had one. Now I'm caught in the tree. There you go. Alright, the bait's gone, which means I gotta catch more bait, but I did in fact have one for just a moment. So, just because I have it out, I'm gonna quickly go over my gear. The two spinning rods I'm using, I have a Field and Stream Tech Light 5'6" ultralight. Super fun little ultralight. I got it on half off sale this spring for 25 bucks. It's usually a $50 rod. I have a PC Fun Carbon X500, also like a $50 reel, some 2-pound line on there. That's my ultralight. And then my newly acquired medium light setup is a Shimano Sojourn medium light 6-foot rod. I have a Fluger President reel on there. I believe that it's the 30 size, but it's the equivalent of like a standard 2000 size reel. I have some 15-pound Yozuri braid on there in this bright yellow color, which I'm a big fan of for whatever reason. I mean, yellow is my favorite color, but I don't know, I'm a big fan of that yellow. Yeah, this has been performing really well. I've only fished with it like 3 times so far, but I like it. So this is a bullhead rod, and that's our little panfish rod. We gotta get some more bait, so I'm gonna stand on the root system of this tree down here, and we're gonna see if we can catch something. Actually, before I get down there, I'm gonna just take a cast from up here, see if I can catch a fish lurking down here. Oh. 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 I had a green sunfish on, and he got himself tangled in the stick, and all I brought up was the stick. So that was an interesting turn of events. Sunfish came off, and I caught the stick. So, there you go. Oh, there you go. There's some big old sunfish right there. Oh. Oh, they're big sunfish right here. Big green sunfish. Hunter, maybe you shouldn't have complimented me, because since you said something, I can't catch a fish. Alright. I got more texts from this group chat, which is probably important, but I got a little bit till I can look at it. Oh, there's a bite. Oh, that was a big green sunfish. Hold on. We're gonna get this guy. He's aggressive. There he is. Nice one. Aggressive little green sunfish. I was mostly joking with you, Hunter. There you go. Green sunfish. There's a couple other big ones, so I'm gonna kind of toss them in a different area so I don't spook them. There you go. Toss him over there and get another one from this little pool right here. All right. Oh, there's another big old green sunfish. This one's bigger. Oh, that was a little one. Oh, I missed him again. Ah. There's a big old creek chub down there too. That'd be fun. There's a little guy, little green sunfish. That's as small as you can get. There you go. I debated keeping him for bait, but I still have that bluegill over there, I believe. So, gonna toss him back. Go over there. There you go. He's back in. Did we check the bullhead rod yet? What do we think? Oh, the bullhead rod isn't in. Let's put the bullhead rod in. How about that? Alright, I'm back with the bullhead rod. Got a little piece of bluegill, gonna chuck it right next to us. And there you go. We are ready to roll with the panfish rod again. Check it over there, where those sunfish are. Oh, I see the big green sunfish and the big chub. They're both sitting right there. Oh, big old northern hogsucker down there. I've only ever caught 2 of those. They're really hard to catch. I'm gonna put it in front of him. He's feeding now. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, if I can get it in front of him, he might eat it. He's feeding. Oh, redbreast coming in hot. There's a redbreast sunfish. I don't think we've caught one of those. Oh no! I didn't think we caught one of those in the live yet, and he's gone. Where's the hogsucker? There he is. Hold on. If we catch a northern hogsucker on live, that'd be stinking sweet. Yeah, I've only ever caught 2 of those in my life. Oh, I almost had him. I don't know if he ate it or just bumped it. Well, he's gone now. They're super skittish, so I don't think he's going to come back. Unfortunate. We missed it. Get out of here without destroying my rod. There you go. And pull that out. Sweet. We missed the northern hogsucker. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate indeed. That's okay. We got 4 people in here yet again. Not sure how accurate that is. But we got a couple people in here. Autistic angler, how's it going? Alright, something's going on with the bullhead rod. We can check it out. Let's turn the camera just for a moment. Kabam. There you go. I'm going to toss it over here now. Uh-oh, I'm in a tree. Oh, we got it. There you go. All right. I think it's time for another hydration break. It's getting hot again. I appreciate all of you for coming in today. I might cut it even a little bit earlier than I thought I was going to, just for the sake of maintaining battery life here. Looks like we're still doing pretty good, but yeah. Where's my water at? Over there. It's the spot. Good old cold water on a hot day. How's it going? Yeah, I haven't seen you in a long time. Oh yeah, I've got tons of stuff. I'm live streaming right now.
Fishing a lot?
Yeah, not here as much just because I've been working, so every chance I get to go somewhere, we'll call it slightly more extravagant, I'll go somewhere more extravagant, and I can drive now, so yeah. I have the ability to just kind of go where I need to go.
Oh, so. That's good, man. That's
yeah.
Good. Tim? No.
Nolan.
Nolan, I'm sorry. How you doing?
Good.
Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
Yeah, I haven't seen you in quite a while, dude.
Yep, I
saw the bigger guy down here. I'm saying, man, I haven't seen a guy of like your size down here. You got taller too.
Yeah. I haven't been down here probably in a month or so, and I've only been down here maybe 10 times this year, something like that. Yeah. Catching
Yeah.
lots of bullheads this year, the little catfish.
Yeah.
Lots of them. I caught 2 yesterday, 1 so far today.
Did you?
Yep.
It changes up, doesn't it? Like every
Yeah.
year, different fish, different eggs come down, and
Yeah,
you know, a lot of
I caught one
predators.
on a lure earlier this year, a little catfish on a lure.
Did you?
Yeah, I was like, oh.
When I used to fish the Schuylkill years ago, we had a canoe. We used to fish from Phoenixville down to where the Perkiomen dumps in there, Indian Head.
You're good. You're good right now. Just because I am on live, I
Yeah.
want to make sure, like, don't be like, okay, we're right here, because then
yeah,
people
yeah.
know exactly where I live.
yeah.
So
Yeah. So
okay,
anyway, long
you're
story
good.
short.
So
But
I
we
just
used to
wanna let
catch
you know.
the channel cats on crankbaits on a regular basis. And here, I just wanted to show you.
Yeah, you're good.
We come back from Lake Champlain.
Oh yeah,
This is my grandson.
that's a good smallie.
You got to.
Oh, nice.
They're all different fish, different days.
Yeah.
Look at a largemouth.
That's
I weighed
a good
almost
one.
7 pounds.
That's a good one.
And well, they fish at near Lake Champlain, right near oh shit, they live in about 3/4 of the way up on the right. Burlington,
Okay.
Burlington. But yeah,
Oh yeah,
they
those are nice.
look at this freshwater drum, 16 pounds.
Wow.
That's one of the few lakes that have freshwater drum. He caught it on a jig. Come here, Rock. Come here. Oh, sorry, did I run it out? Rock.
No, you're good.
Come here,
I'm
Rock.
getting texts at the same time. People are probably trying to figure out what the heck's going
Look,
on.
we caught the week we were up there. First night there, I caught. This is one of them is a hybrid between a pickerel and a pike. Rocco.
Pickerel? I didn't know pickerel and pike could do that.
Yeah. I forget. It's a hybrid. It's only.
It's not.
It's one of the. It's a nice small one.
Yeah, those are good.
Look, pike.
Yeah.
Another pike.
This was Champlain.
Yeah, Champlain.
Oh,
Rocco.
okay.
Come here,
I was
buddy.
caught in the fly rod for a sec. In the line, not the hook.
I'm gonna let you go. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
no, you're good.
Uh,
I appreciate talking to you.
Yeah. Oh, I caught some nice blues too earlier this year.
Bluefish. Yeah, those are good bluefish.
I mean,
I haven't caught a bluefish this year. I caught
Have you been down there?
I was down in Ocean City two weeks ago.
Yeah.
I caught 3 last year. Didn't catch one this year.
My grandson, he caught.
I did catch all. I'd have to show you, but it's on my YouTube community page. If I show you my YouTube thing, you can look at it. I caught a 110-pound ray. Wow. This year. From the surf. I was like not prepared for that, but I got it in somehow.
Yeah, if you take your time and you got the right drag and a half decent setup, you can get them in.
I got him in on 40-pound line, nonetheless.
Did you?
Yeah, 40-pound braid. I pulled in a 110-pound ray. I was like, okay, good for me. I was like,
yeah. Was the hook buried in? Did he swallow?
no, it actually was pretty. It was pretty good. Like, it was hooked good, but it wasn't deep. So,
yeah, that's good because sometimes it gets down your rig. My grandson, he's 9. He has 2 buddies. They surf and they spearfish up in Long Island, up Montauk. They go down in these inlets.
Yeah.
And they get stripers and they got a ray one time, and I guess they knew how to handle it because the barbs are right there.
Yeah.
They didn't get stung right now.
All right.
Hey Nolan, be careful. He's got diarrhea,
Okay.
and I can't even pick it up.
All right. I won't step in that area.
One spot there by the manhole. I don't
Yeah.
know if he did something over there, but just be careful.
I got
Where
you.
walk. I hate to see you stepping on.
Yeah, don't worry. I got it.
How old are you now?
I'm 17. Turned 18 in April.
You know, I was married when I was 17.
Really?
Still married to her.
That's awesome.
52 years now. I've been with her like 55 years. Yeah, I got married. I was 17 and she was 19.
Wow.
Of course, she was pregnant, But my family had a concrete business, so I always worked.
Gotcha.
I got into the union and I did 40 years in the union.
It's really awesome.
But it's better not to get married nowadays. Better to hold off. All my kids got married when they were like in their late 30s, early 40s. So they all have like 10-year-olds at almost 50 years of age.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So, but it's good. You're at a different maturity level at that point.
Yep.
Have you talked to Mason?
Him and I don't really talk anymore.
Just kind of separate.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
I mean,
never-
I'm fine with him. Like he posts stuff online, and I'll be like, yo, what's up or whatever. But him and I don't really do much anymore. So I mean, we had a disagreement about something which we've now settled. But like after that, we didn't really do anything together.
Wasn't political, was it?
No.
No. Yeah.
I mean, him and I do fall on separate sides, but we've already talked about it. It wasn't that. We're like, you know what? That it doesn't matter. We don't,
Yeah.
because people try and make all that stuff their identity, and it doesn't have to
that's
be.
crazy. Dude.
It doesn't have to be.
Yeah, because politicians all lie.
Yeah.
They all lie.
It's
and
not what's the most important thing in life.
I'm 70. I can tell you that I've never, except for in the last 10 years,
Hey, Bank Fishing Adventure. Sorry, I'm talking to someone. I'll get back to fishing in a minute, man.
I've never seen more misinformation put out there and lying to people. And I see the truth right away because I know history and I
Right,
do a lot
yep.
of digging. I have the time to dig and find and fact find. And there's a lot of bad stuff out there, man. So watch what you believe in.
Yep.
Be careful.
All right, and we got a couple people back in here.
Good day. Nice seeing you.
Yeah, nice to see you. All right, Bank Fishing Adventures is in here. Thanks for coming in. We got another mod back in the building. So I'm going to get back to fishing. Sorry I had to take a leave of absence there. Saw someone I haven't talked to in quite a while, so I wanted to make sure I said hello. If I can get a good cast over by that tree on the other side, there's a couple good sunfish sitting there, but I need to get a good cast without hitting the bank. There you go, got one of them. Oh, there's a good bass. He was chasing the sunfish in. That's one of the biggest bass I've seen in this creek in a very, very long time. He's probably 1.5 pounds. If I can get him on the ultralight, that'd be an intense catch. Before we do that though, because it's been sitting there a while, let's check on our bullhead rod, which is right over there. Nothing on the bullhead rod. Go back this way. There's a good bass over there. Let's see if we can get that bass. That'd be sweet. There's a fish. Alright, we found where they're stacked up. We found the spot. And there's a red breast sunfish. I think that's our first red breast of the trip. Here he is. So, pretty simple to tell they're a red breast. That's what they look like. Kabang. Nice. Bank Fishing Adventure says I'd catch their tree. Yeah, I've done it enough times while catching the tree that I've learned how to not catch the tree. Because I fish this spot a lot, so I kind of know how hard I have to cast it to not hit the tree. It's like muscle memory at this point. Alright, there's the bass. I see him. I see the bass. We got another green sunfish. We found where they're stocked up. Emmy Schaefer, that is my sister. Good job, she says. Thanks. There's another one. Oh, big sucker down there too. Big white sucker. What bait do you use for the tree? I found that, you know, trees are really willing to take anything you cast at them. I found that, honestly, you could probably just cast a weight at them and you could catch them anyway. It's really, you know, they're very aggressive. They bite anything, you know. There's a really, really big white sucker and probably 1.5 pound bass over there. And there's not a ton of bass in this creek, so anything like that size is kind of an anomaly in here. Given that there's not bass really much at all in here. I've caught a couple, 8 to 10 inchers, but that's as, if I catch this bass, it'll be by far the biggest one I've ever caught out of this creek. So that'd be pretty awesome. Another. We're gonna wear them out in this spot. I've only caught 3 trees, so that's pretty good. Do you fish like rivers a lot? Like, I know when I started fishing, I caught a tree every, I don't know, 10th cast. But that's how you learn. Oh, whoa, buddy's on the move. All right, come back here, bud. That is another red breast sunfish, and I dropped him again. All right, sorry, bud, let's get you back. Catching some bait. Bank Fishing Adventures is catching some bait for, I'd wager, some catfish, so. Got a line wrapped around my rod. All right, now we are back in business. All right. Only one pond and one creek, so you got some limited spots. Yeah, ponds are pretty easy to not get caught in. Most of them are pretty open. So, yeah, that makes sense. All right, 5 people in here, it looks like. Get out of there. There you go. What do we think, guys? What's this one? I'll show it to you. See if you guys can identify it. I've been showing you how to do it all live. What's that one? Give you a good look and I'll come back, see if anyone gets it. I forgot actually 2 ponds. Awesome. Oh, I missed it. Hook set Sam. How's it going? So, Hunter says, I don't know. It was a green sunfish. Hook set Sam is in here. Now the party can start. I haven't seen you in one of my lives in a while. Thanks for stopping in, man. All right, this guy's hooked deep. Let's get the forceps. That was another green sunfish. Good live bait. Good live bait is correct. I use those guys for flatheads a lot. I might have a part in bait patrol for next Tuesday when we do the flathead fishing live like we typically do on Tuesday nights. That's why I'm doing this live, because that won't happen. So I needed to, put a little filler content in there. So we're doing this instead. But yeah, if I have to get some bait for flatheads, that's one of my prime options. All right, I see There's two little bass in there. There's two bass. Green sunfish again. Little sunny fish, that's right. What are you fishing with? Trout magnet jig head with a little larva imitation. Oh, there's the bass. I had the bass bite and I missed it. That's a bluegill. Kabang. Hold on, let's see if we can get a good view. Bluegill. There it is. Rolling for an hour and 27 minutes. I'm probably going to cut it at right about 2 hours. Green sunfish. Now I'm really getting into them. Hooking them. Pulling them in good. Trout magnet jig heads are good until you hit a snag. That's true. They're not very strong and they break off easy. There you go. Green sunfish. Go back. All right. Red breast. We're getting everything now. Could totally keep that sunfish as a pet. You definitely could. There's a red breast. This one's weird looking. He's got like splotchy red on his stomach. Look at that. It's only like a splotch. That's really weird. All right. Time to check the bullhead rod out. Let's see. There you go. We got a double whammy. Crawfish and a stick. Not my greatest performance. Yeah, I'm popping things out of the water every cast. Yeah. When you find them in this creek, they're kind of there. There goes the crawfish. Get out of here, bud. I could use crawfish as bait. Would have been a good uncut video. Speaking of uncut videos, this crawfish is now bait. All right. Speaking of uncut videos, the next video coming out on the channel, not exactly uncut, but it's pretty close. I'm doing a challenge where I see how many fish I can catch in an hour. I'm gonna have a running timer, fish counter up on screen. It's gonna be super cool. I'm gonna zoom. It's not gonna be cut, but I'm gonna make certain parts like sped up 4 times speed. It's gonna be super, super fun. And that video is the next one coming out on my channel. Definitely one of the hardest videos I've ever had to edit. But yeah, I'm doing that one next. Should be coming out on Friday. So there you go. Little piece of crawfish on there now. That one we just caught. I might even kind of like what Hookset Sam's saying. toss it out in front of those bass, see if they'll pick it up. Bring it over here and see what we can do. Boom. All right, one of the bass has it. One of the bass, oh, he just picked it back up. Got the bass on the medium light rod. There you go. Got one of the bass. He's the smallest one. Flip him. There you go. Hooks that Sam called it, and we got it. Nice little bass on the crawfish, little largemouth bass. I believe that's our 5th species of the day here at the creek. Look at that. Little largemouth on the crawfish. Boom. That's right. Red Viper. How's it going? And we got Stuart in here on Wendy's phone. Sweet. Nolan, Stuart says, oh my gosh, I suck. Dropped the bass. All right, let's get him back in. Cool little picture of the bass. There you go. He's going back in. Stuart says he needs rescued. He is on a live, and I guess that means Terry is not catching any fish. Once I cut this live, Stuart, I will be in for a little bit. Not sure how long, but I'll come in, catch a couple fish. See if we can get this set back up and chuck it back out there. See if we can get, I think there's at least one more, maybe 2 bass out there. All right, chuck it back out there, see what happens. Oh, something's got it. Oh, I missed it. I think something has it. It's another crawfish. All right, he let go. Someone's having fun with a leaf blower. More bait, yeah. Terry is yapping, not even cast his rod for about an hour, talking to some dude on the bank. I'll be in soon, Stuart. All right, I'm gonna go back to the little rod. I'm gonna toss this right over there for bullhead. Little rod's coming back out. Let's check chat. You ever heard that song, Rescue Me? I don't think so. I don't know. Green sunfish. Oh, you know what? I need to stop dropping fish. You guys can't even see me. Let's turn this way. Catch a bass, I dare you. Well, I got one, man. I don't know what you want. Another? I'll try. All right, it's time for another water break. I'm getting thirsty. All right, let's finish off this bottle here, and we'll crack into the second one next. Don't you love it when you're making a video and sounds start up soon as you hit record? Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. People are having fun with their leaf blowers and stuff. That one's done. .24-ounce insulated bottle number 2. All right. All right, let's get back into it. Let's check out what's going on with this rod. Oh, I had another crawfish. I'm going to cast the bullhead rod out over there so it's not in the way. All right, back to our little larva. Leaf blowers are fun to use. Yep. You definitely need a crawfish trap. I'm planning on doing a crawfish catch and cook out of this creek at some point. Now, the problem is what was that? I just heard a really weird noise. The problem is that I lost my train of thought. The problem is that in Pennsylvania, it's illegal to keep crawfish unless they're cut off. Their heads are cut off, and you're supposed to, if you're going to eat them, leave them in a bucket of fresh water overnight to let them purge themselves before eating. So that's kind of like a little conflict there, because you know you can't leave them in a bucket of fresh water while they're dead, because it doesn't work that way. Like it's a whole thing. What I am thinking is if I get a mesh bag that keeps them from eating anything else, which is what they're trying to purge themselves of, and I leave the mesh bag in the creek after I catch them overnight and then come back and get them, that's not illegal now, is it? Because they're still in the creek where they came from. They're just in a bag that's easy to access. I think I can do that. I'm going to look into it. If I can, at some point here during the summer, I'm going to film a crawfish catch and cook from this creek. So, long-winded explanation, but hopefully it works. You could just use a milk bottle. Yeah, I've typically just caught them with my hands. I'm going to cast up close to shore here for a second. Oh, big chub came up to play. He turned around though. We haven't caught a creek chub this live. Speaking of because I just said it, if you are enjoying the stream, please like it. I definitely appreciate it. And for those of you who are new, I would appreciate a subscription if you think you would enjoy similar type stuff that I put out. I try and be informational, kind of show you guys what I'm doing. And as my name suggests, Mission Discover, sometimes I'm just learning along the way and I'm sharing what I'm learning with you guys. So. Oh, missed him. Oh, he took my soft plastic. Look at that. I've never even seen a creek chub in real life. Wow, that's crazy to me. That's very crazy. All right, we're gonna grab another one out of this package here. Bang, put on another one. An hour and 41 minutes. I'm probably gonna cut it here because I've got people texting me and I'm not responding, and I haven't responded for an hour and a half, even though I know that they're there. So I definitely want to make sure I take care of that. I'll probably cut it, take a little break, and then pop into Stuart's live. So speaking of that, once I'm out, make sure you guys head over to Stuart the Fish Whisperer's channel. I'll be popping up there super quick for a couple minutes, trying to bring some of you guys over to watch him. He has Terry B on panel. I'll be on panel for a couple minutes, and we'll see what we can do over there. Probably going to cut the live in about 5 minutes or so. They aren't in a lot of creeks around here, and when they have water in them, most of the time, all the fish died. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, creek chubs, especially in the winter and fall months, are like pretty much all you catch out of the creeks in my area. All the sunfish go away in the winter, and the creek chubs are like having a field day. So. Oh, I missed him again. Let's check the bullhead rod. We got one pretty early on in the stream on the bullhead rod, and we have not got one since. Lost the bait. Gotta rebait the bullhead rod. Oh. I'm not touching my piece of bluegill. There's yellow jackets all over it. I'm not dealing with that. So, let's see if we can find our crawfish. Right here. Sam says the sunfish never go away here. They always find ways to steal bait. Yeah, so Sam's in Texas, so it stays pretty warm there all year. So I imagine that the sunfish being there all the time makes sense. Let's see if we can get one more, and then I'll probably switch over to Stuart's live. little bass. I see a little bass. I still see him. Alright, last fish of the live stream coming up. We started it with a bluegill and we're going to end it with one too. This is the cast. I'm not sure what cast he set it on, but we just got one. There it is, bluegill. That's going to be our last fish of the stream. I got some personal business to attend to real quick, and then I'm going to pop up on Stewart's Live. So I'm going to say a few closing words. Yet again, as always, thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate your time. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully if you're not subscribed to the channel, hopefully this deserved a subscription, because I do stuff like this all the time. As far as future plans, I always like to close it out with kind of like what's coming down the pipe on my channel. I got the 1 hour fishing challenge coming up here on Friday. Next Tuesday, I know I'm going to do some live fishing, at least if it doesn't get canceled again. I'm going to do some live fishing with Anyfin as Possible down in Philly for flatheads on my channel this time. So you got some fun fishing stuff, and I've got some other fun plans as well. With all that, as always, thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate it. And I'm going to close the stream now. Thanks for coming in. Have a good one, guys.